What are the top 5 most common home inspection findings when it comes to home appliances? That's right, even the inspectors check out the home appliances. Let's dive in and talk about it. Hey, what's up? It's me, Haley Jones, and this video is part of a series about home inspection findings typical in the Knoxville and East Tennessee area. So I've taken 150 of my own clients' inspection reports. We've analyzed them. We've done roofing, plumbing, HVAC, electrical, structural, exterior, interior, all the things. And now we're talking appliances. So if you want to hear about structural, if you want to hear about plumbing, go check out those other videos. Super interesting. It's going to let you know like what's common. As a seller, maybe there's issues you could address before you go to the market. And as a buyer, it's going to let you know like, hey, like not ideal, but apparently this shows up a lot or not. So anyways, in this video, we're talking specifically about appliances. This one is really obscure. I've probably mentioned before that some of this stuff makes me want to poke my eyeballs out, roll my eyes. Appliances is one of them because appliances do matter, but we're ultimately buying and selling homes, right? And like appliances, they do exist. We have to have them. But in my opinion, I don't want to say every, but pretty much any appliance issue that a home inspector finds is probably overcomable. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that being said, the number one most mentioned issue, and by the way, out of 150 home inspection reports, there were 154 line items related to appliances. So this is certainly not the most common issue, not the most common finding. It does exist. I just want you to be aware, hey, this could be a thing, okay? So number one issue is the dishwasher drain line is missing the high loop or air gap, and this is flagged on a home inspection as a health hazard, which freaks people out because the idea is like dirty water could come back into your dishwasher, contaminating your clean dishes, etc. And then just some notes on the language here. Drain line is missing a high loop or air gap. Dishwasher drain line missing appropriate trap, high loop or air gap variations, referencing health hazards and backflow risks. This is the most repeated appliance item within these 150 home inspection reports. And the thing about this is that, and I mentioned this in the plumbing one, when you look under someone's sink and you see like their garbage disposal and all that, there can be some crazy wonky plumbing going on. So on the south side, this is something that can be addressed. I'm just trying to remember if someone has ever actually asked for this repair, just so you can see like what this looks like. I'm trying to remember if someone's asked. It does freak people out, but they've not asked it necessarily in relation to the dishwasher drain line. It's also been in conjunction with some other stuff going on with the plumbing underneath the kitchen sink. So just be aware this is a thing. Supposedly, according to some newer dishwashers have like a built-in system that prevents against a backflow situation. So if you're one of those sellers that has that and you know that, like you can say, hey, no, our system has that. Here's the documentation. And even sometimes the inspector will say that's a newer dishwasher. It probably has the anti-backflow. I don't know what the words are. Okay. I don't know what they are. Not an inspector, not a plumber. You get what I'm saying. Okay. The number two most common issue that comes up with appliances. This is definitely an eye roller. Like, oh my God, really? Refrigerator temperature is too warm. Now, why does this show up? Because it's a health hazard. It's labeled as a food safety issue. Fresh food compartment above the safe range. Freezer temperatures are too warm. Unsafe temperatures. Frost or ice buildup indicating cooling issues. So there's something going on with the refrigerator. This appears consistently and often, and then they'll give you a specific reading. Like it's this, it should be this. So, if you're a seller, theoretically your refrigerator may not even be staying. Okay. So that's the first thing to note. And if the refrigerator's not staying, no one cares. Okay. Like it's leaving anyways. As a seller, I mean, you could go check the temperature range. Some people keep it set at a certain temperature that they want. So, you know, it just depends. This one to me should not be the reason why a home sale doesn't go through. Now, has it been? Probably. I mean, I'm just saying. But in that case, like, it wasn't meant to be. Those aren't the buyers for your house. And as the buyer, if that's enough to make you want to walk away from the house, like, you don't love the house anyways. Like, let's move on. Let's find you what you love, okay? Number 3, see this constantly. Missing anti-tip bracket. No anti-tip bracket on the oven range. No tip over bracket. A safety upgrade recommendation. Now, notice that I said a safety upgrade recommendation. This is mentioned, and this always gets people because it's mentioned as a safety hazard. In other words, that bracket that is going to keep your oven from going forward is missing. And some people have asked for this. I have had multiple clients ask for this to be installed. Others don't care. Typically, if they've got small kiddos or something like that, they'll ask for it. But this is also an easy install. It's literally just a bracket, a little bracket. Again, this is one where I don't, in my personal opinion, don't feel this is like a deal killer. It's just something to be aware of. And as the inspectors will mention in the inspection report, it's a safety upgrade. So it's not even necessarily a repair per se, because it's not like something's broken. The thing just isn't there. So there's my take on that one. Okay, next up we have dishwasher electrical or operational problems. This happens a lot. Dishwasher does not have its own dedicated circuit. Dishwasher is not working, the breaker's off, or there's no power. The dishwasher door will not latch or close. Listen, you see that a lot in, well, when you purchase a new construction home, typically from a one-off builder, in other words, they're not throwing these things up, although I have seen this in like, you know, a big box builder building up volume. But typically when you see like a dishwasher door not closing, a drawer's in the way, a knob's in the way, the dishwasher is like unlevel in the slot it's supposed to be in, things like this. Active leaks under the dishwasher, that's actually, again, this is one reason to do a new construction home inspection, because I've seen that several times. Because for whatever reason, the dishwasher hasn't been checked and we didn't check the dishwasher and there's a leak going on. But also, of course, that happens and could be in any home. But unit not tested due to power issues. So for example, they're just saying they couldn't get it to work. There's no power, so that's just another way of saying there's something going on. We couldn't get it to operate. This one, obviously you want this to be fixed. In my opinion, like, if the dishwasher's in there, it's a built-in appliance. My suggestion would be to ask for this to be fixed or money towards or whatever. And then they have to show you like, hey, the dishwasher works. This one to me is like, not a big deal, but like, let's get it fixed, if that makes sense. Okay, number 5, garbage disposal. See, I mentioned this already. Food disposer defects. Food disposer is not functioning. Wiring missing Romex connector or cover. So that's Romex, excuse me. That's where it's like the wire comes out. And there should be basically what the inspector is griping, that there's not like a protector so the wire doesn't get spliced or cut and cause an electrical problem or not be an electrical hazard. Disposal did not turn on and or could not be inspected. Also, when it comes to disposals, you'll see all kinds of crazy plumbing, as I've mentioned in this video already once, and then also in the plumbing video. So that's just something like, that's a real thing. So if the disposal is there and it's not working, like as a seller, you should have that on your on your property disclosure that your garbage disposal is not working. So like the buyer knows that in advance, which would signal like, hey, it just doesn't work. Like, we're not doing anything about that. We're not going to replace it. But again, everything is negotiable. If this is a big enough deal, you could ask for a replacement or like, you know, money towards the replacement of it. But you know, this does happen quite often. It just weird kind of plumbing things with sinks to dishwashers and disposals. Okay. Honorable mentions, microwave issues. Countertop light not working, plate not rotating, it's unplugged. I mean, come on. That one's silly. It's unplugged? Okay. Range hood defects. Fan is noisy, non-functioning, lights not working, ducting not located. So this is like if you have a range fan for your stove, but it goes to nowhere. It goes literally to the cabinet where the hood is. They're gonna flag that. Like that should be venting somewhere. If it's not venting somewhere, they're gonna say, hey, this needs to vent somewhere. Refrigerator, water dispenser, ice maker not functioning or untested. That happens all the time. Some people, that is a deal breaker. Especially if there is no actual water line. You might see the refrigerator has a place to get water. And then you do some investigating and it's like, well, actually there is no water line to the refrigerator. And some people, that is a deal killer. They want a water line because they want the water or they want the ice or they want both. So that one can kind of be a big deal. Trash compactor not operational. Let's be honest. Trash compactors, I mean, I like trash compactors are like having a boat. Like it's going to break down. You know what I'm saying? So if your trash compactor is not working, maybe you pull it out and put a cabinet in. I'm just saying. Or you get, your guy to come over, your handy person, and fix it or replace it. That's going to be the easiest thing here, in my opinion. That's just my thoughts. Just take that for, what it's worth. So of all of these, as we said, the dishwasher drain line is missing. It's flagged as a health hazard. Refrigerator running warm, flagged as a health hazard. Missing range and anti-tip bracket, flagged as a safety issue. Safety, health, safety. They're hazards, and people, buyers, this is alarming, right? Because they're like, oh my gosh, it's not safe. So just bear in mind. And usually, typically what I find is the appliance issues are at the smack back end of the home inspection report. So it's one thing if you get a home inspection report and it's like, oh, this is great, except the refrigerator's too hot or warm, whatever. That's very different than if you get a 50 or 60 page inspection report and by the time you get to the appliance section, your eyes are crossed. And you're like, this is scary. And then you see health hazard. You don't even see what the health hazard is about. You're like, health hazard? Like you're already gone. You're already gone. So some of this stuff, if you can as a seller, address it beforehand. As a buyer, really by the time you get to the appliance section, it's like, you've probably already looked at that report and thought, ugh, do I even want to move forward on this house? So typically appliances are not a reason. I have seen the water line be a reason why someone was like, can't buy it, not doing it. So anyways, that being said, those are your top 5 most frequently mentioned appliance findings across 150 of my own clients' inspection reports. So this is just a sample. I'm not saying this is every inspection report, but across 150, I think that's a pretty decent sample size. And this is across new construction homes. Homes built in the 1940s, homes built in the every kind of home, 2-story, basement, on slab, crawl space, everything. Except we don't have a ton of modern homes, so I don't want to say and be like, it's a modern whatever. We don't have a lot of that vibe, but you know what I'm saying, okay? So anyways, I hope this has been helpful. Go check out some of the other ones that are super insightful, especially as a seller. What can you do to address plumbing issues, electrical, etc.? That are minor and will save a lot of heartache. But that being said, always click subscribe. I have so much more to share with you. Of course, if you have questions, or you want some clarifications, or you're like, hey, I have a topic idea for you, give me a call. And finally, if you are buying or selling property, homes, or land in the Knoxville and East Tennessee area, I make these videos so that you will call me. I would love to work with you. So give me a call. Let's get it done. Let's get your real estate goals achieved. I'm Haley Jones, and I'll see you next time.